I was a little boy when I first heard about Birmingham, Alabama, and nothing I heard was good. Police were using fire hoses to attack civil rights protesters. And later that same year, the 16th Street Baptist Church was bombed, killing 4 little girls. Addie Mae Collins, age 14, Cynthia Wesley, age 14, Carol Robertson, age 14, and Denise McNair, age 11. So when I was invited to Birmingham last weekend, the first place I went was the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, which has extraordinary exhibitions telling the story of that terrible time. I saw the shoes Denise McNair was wearing when she was killed in that bombing. I walked across the street from the Institute and saw where the bomb was placed at the 16th Street Baptist Church. 3 of the girls' funerals were held at the 6th Avenue Baptist Church, the church that invited me to attend their services on Sunday morning. Dr. Martin Luther King spoke many times from the 6th Avenue Baptist Church pulpit during the bad times in Birmingham. But Sunday morning, I was invited to speak there because the Cub Scouts at the 6th Avenue Baptist Church wanted to present me with a check for the Kind Fund. Kids in Need of Desks is a partnership I created with UNICEF to provide jobs to workers in Malawi building desks that we then deliver to African schools that have no desks. The Cub Scouts at the 6th Avenue Baptist Church wanted to do something big for the Kind Fund, so they worked all year at it and found new ways of raising money every month. When the congregation and I arrived at church Sunday morning, we had no idea what these 14 boys, ages 6 to 11, had been able to achieve. But when we saw what the Cub Scouts at the 6th Avenue Baptist Church had accomplished in their year of work on behalf of kids their age halfway around the world, sure felt like a miracle to us.
Good morning. You know, I flew down here from my hometown of Boston yesterday, and I thought just to feel at home, I'm going to bring the weather with me. So you're welcome for that. And I do so feel at home here this morning because we share so many beliefs. And we share so many values, and we share so many ambitions and hopes. One thing we also share is that we all here believe in miracles.
Nobody likes when they sit on the floor, so the kids in Africa wouldn't like to sit on the floor.
I think it would be like crumpled up work, messy, because everybody knows if you are sitting down on crisscross applesauce on the floor, then your paperwork gonna be messy.
Now I said we believe in miracles. Some people have to believe in miracles because they don't think they've ever seen miracles. This is my first time in the city of Birmingham. City of Birmingham is a miracle. What's happened in this city during my lifetime is a miracle. That some people in this room made that happen. The life of Nelson Mandela is a miracle. We saw that happen. I'll tell you another personal miracle in my life. To be standing here, to be invited into a congregation as a guest to speak here, that puts my name somewhere on that long list of distinguished guests who've spoken to this congregation, and that is the only list that I will ever share with the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And that is as great an honor as I could have ever dreamed of, and I never did dream of it. Let me tell you about a miracle that I'm hoping for, and it's that miracle that occurs in the educational context. And I know that in a classroom, if you could put a desk there, if you could maybe just improve that student's line of sight to the blackboard, if you could just finally have that student making eye contact with the teacher all day. We don't know what miracle could happen. We don't know if that student who was drifting away suddenly becomes a good student. We don't know if that student doesn't become a great student, if that student doesn't become a nurse, a doctor, or the next Nelson Mandela, because there has to be a next Nelson Mandela coming from somewhere, in some place, in some one of those classrooms.
We had bake sales and spaghetti sales, and we had car washes, and every month we did a different project, and the boys were there every step of the way.
Miss Pat, she talked to us and asked if we wanted to do this, and we took a vote, and everybody said yes, we wanted to, because it really touched us that they needed desks in Africa.
It makes me feel like a hero in a way.
On behalf of 6th Avenue Baptist Church, PAC 3415, we would like to present this check to the Kind Fund for $18,067.75.
That act of kindness, that act of goodness, to take these children off the floor for that 7 hours that they're in those classrooms, to give them that feeling of a real educational setting, to give them that little stage on which to perform, that's good enough for me. That's good enough. They don't need to become doctors and nurses. They don't need to become great students. It's good enough for me to make their day better. That's good enough for me. But right here, in this room, in this city of miracles, we can talk about miracles. And we can think about the miracle of $18,000, which is the single largest contribution the Kind Fund has ever received from any group anywhere in the 3 years we've been doing this. That's the biggest one. That check is a miracle. When they see your desks that you paid for, when they see those arrive at their school, it will be the first desks they have ever seen in their lives. That is the miracle that you will deliver into their lives the day that truck arrives, and they will greet it as a miracle. I can tell you right now what they're going to do. They do it every time. The truck pulls into the school. They come streaming out of their classrooms, and they are singing. They are filled with song just the way we are filled with song here this morning, because they are joyful and they are thankful, and you have delivered a miracle into their lives. Thank you very, very, very much.
Every time I turn into Lawrence O'Donnell's show and see those kids in the desk, I will be able to say to my boys, a job well done, and I am proud of them, and I am extremely proud of my church congregation.